Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Broku no Hero, and today we're talking about, finally, Nero the Anti-Bird. Everybody, it seems, wanted my take on this, my own theory, and, well, I don't really have my own theory, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through the multiple theories that people have stated. I mean, hundreds of people have come through basically only a few main conclusions of who Nero is, so I'm going to go through the evidence, the counter-evidence, of who or what Nero is and what his goal is. But one thing I will be debunking right from the very get-go is some people say that Nero is not important at all. And well, that is not the case. The back of the volume 3 of Black Clover gives character biographies, and it gives one for Nero. Now it shows Nero's image and says, a mysterious bird that always follows Asta, for some reason. Now, it does say mysterious bird, so the back of the book is trying to build up that Nero is mysterious, and it says it follows him around for some reason. So there is a reason why he is following Asta around. Why would Nero be in the back of the book if there wasn't? So guys, I want to say that there will be manga spoilers. Unfortunately, I will be getting videos out, and then hopefully in the near future where it's just for anime onlys, but it's a lot harder for me to do that. Whenever I make anime-only videos, I will make a mistake and accidentally include something that's from the manga, because it's hard to remember everything that's only in the anime. But guys, let me know what you think of this video down below when you're done. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and also turn notifications to be notified every time I upload a Black Clover video. The anti-birds are a species of birds that are attracted to low amounts of magic. That's why Asta had a bunch of them after them, especially Nero. That's really a lot of we know about the anti-birds. Besides that, we know more about Nero than the anti-birds. Now, of the main theories, the first one we're going to be talking about is that Nero is actually the Wizard King Julius Novo Chrono. We're going to go over the evidence for Julius. The main one is Julius has transformation magic, which can make it possible that he can transform into an anti-bird, which is what Nero is. With the Wizard King also having time magic, that could make for a lot of really weird things possible, like having advanced knowledge, being alive for potentially hundreds of years. We don't exactly know. But we do know Julius has vast knowledge. He's the Wizard King. He loves magic, and so he probably knows a lot just by going around exploring magic and all of that such. And Julius loves magic, so he'd be interested in seeing more about Asta's anti-magic. We first see Nero in episode 3 of Black Clover. Episode 3 is a filler episode, but probably canon filler. He goes to check on Asta while he's training. In the anime, Nero and Asta meet before they do in the manga. So, this could be the Wizard King hearing about some kid with no mana defeating a magic knight and wondering if that makes any sense. So he goes to see this kid, and he sees he has no magic but these swords that his grimoire spurts out. But guys, this theory is not very likely to me. Now, the main reason why I'd say that Julius is not Nero is because in the same scenes together, we have seen Nero and Julius in the same panel. You could still try to extrapolate and be like, oh, well, Julius is just creating this transformation while he's doing this, and I don't want to believe that. There's no evidence that he can do that, and it seems just pretty damning that if Nero and Julius are shown in the same panel, that Julius is not Nero and Nero is not Julius. One of the next things is that people think that Licht, the real Licht, not Patri, Licht is Nero. There are reasons for this, I'm going to go over that. Licht, he had to do a great sacrifice in order to use the forbidden magic to bring back the elves and summon the demon. Maybe the sacrifice involved him becoming an anti-bird if possible. It would be very ironic that the person, or an elf, with the greatest amount of mana that we've ever seen be reverted to an animal that is attracted to low amounts of magic. That would be very, very ironic. Also, Licht is very, very attracted to Asta and stays with him, and it would be an interesting parallel because Asta has Licht's old grimoire. He literally has his old grimoire that has been modified to become a 5-leaf clover grimoire. Licht used to have sword magic and a 4-leaf clover grimoire. Asta has anti-sword magic and a 5-leaf clover grimoire that was the same exact one that has just been altered. Licht has a lot of knowledge about the swords and the magic stones, just like Nero does. Nero has been pointing Asta where to go to find the magic stones, and He basically showed Asta about the Demon Dweller Sword, was standing on top of the Demon Destroyer Sword, and was warning Asta when Licht was coming towards him, which that actually leads into a counter evidence. Why is Nero Licht if Licht has been reincarnated and is there right there? Now you could say, oh, he doesn't have all his memories back, and maybe it's because Nero has the other half, and that is possible. I'm not completely cutting that out, but why is Nero warning him of that? And why is Nero helping Asta get the magic stones for the kingdom to stop the Eye of the Midnight Sun and stop the resurrection? Because I know people say, well, Licht's probably a good guy, he probably doesn't even want the resurrection, but he's the one who did the forbidden magic to do the resurrection or reincarnation magic in the first place, so I'd assume that he'd still want to follow through with that. I mean, even if it was not the first Wizard King who betrayed the elves, he still was betrayed by the humans, had his entire tribe killed, himself killed, and his wife and unborn child killed as well. Why would he not want to stick with it? And again, we've seen Licht and Nero on the same panel before, which kind of makes it not that possible, while still possible. I'm not ruling Licht out. I do think it's possible. One more piece of evidence I kind of forgot is the Witch Queen noticed Nero as different from the other birds. She couldn't control Nero like she does control all the other birds, and she seemed familiar with this bird, which is weird because she knew of the elves, she knew the elves rivaled her power, but how much does she know of the elves? Maybe Licht could transform, just like Julius can, and he transformed into this bird. But I don't really would see that because, well, Licht was killed. That's just my thoughts. I think it's possible for Licht to be the Nero. I don't really believe it, though. Now, next is the Wizard King, the first Wizard King who we don't know his name. And I'm going to go over the evidence. First off, Licht could have used forbidden magic to cause the first Wizard King to become an anti-bird or to be reincarnated as one. Because that would be, ironic as well. The Wizard King, a royal who is loved by mana, to go from something that is attracted to no mana or lesser mana. Nero's name is important because it means black. Black is the symbolism for darkness and evil. Nero is also the name of an infamous ruler of the Roman Empire. It would be interesting to see that the first Wizard King, who was also likely the regular king at the time of the Elven Massacre, would be a ruler just like Nero was a Roman emperor. Nero has had a very bad reputation as a tyrannical ruler, and even is blamed for the Great Fire of Rome. Just like how the first Wizard King is blamed by the elves for the Great Elven Massacre. But there's many scholars who think that Nero is not that bad of a ruler, and he wasn't a part of the Great Fire of Rome, just like how the first Wizard King wasn't a part of the betrayal of the elves, and is not as bad as the elves think. So there already are interesting parallels between Nero, the ruler, and the first Wizard King. So it would be interesting if the first Wizard King was Nero, the anti-bird. Also, the first Wizard King would likely know information about the swords, as he was friends with Licht. He probably was friends for a while. We don't know how long they were because the manga really speeds up their interactions. And also, based on my last major theory, I think it is possible that Asta is the reincarnated son of Licht and Tetia, which would make the first Wizard King Asta's uncle, and would provide reason why Nero is a part of Asta's journey as an uncle-nephew relationship. If the first Wizard King is Nero, he would have a stake and would have reason to be with Asta, because that is his nephew, it is his family. Also, one thing that I really liked is that there's an opening where Nero is on top of the first Wizard King statue's head, which I see as symbolism or foreshadowing that the first Wizard King is connected to Nero. He's standing on the first Wizard King's head, just like he did with Asta. What if that's symbolism or foreshadowing that the first Wizard King is Nero? Now, there is some counter evidence, why would the first Wizard King be Nero? Why is he standing on top of the statue if the first Wizard King is not from Hajj? And that would be actually giving more evidence to Licht if the Nero is there, but he could just be there because Licht was his friend, and he was probably forced to kill his friend because the demon that he killed was likely Licht, so he could just be reminiscing on that battle and wishing that things were different. The final thing I'm going to talk about is that Nero is the devil. Now, there is connections here, and there is a common misconception that I must first talk about. That is that Asta's grimoire, people believe that there is a demon inside of it. Well, it's actually the devil, not a demon. The fifth leaf is the devil. One of the reasons I think that this is possible, that Nero is the devil, or the devil is Nero, is that the devil inside of Asta's grimoire has a major connection to Nero. That is because from what we've seen the devil so far is that he's related to anti-magic, as is Asta's grimoire. Nero is attracted to low amounts of magic. Maybe that puts a connection between the two. Also, if Nero is a bird but can't be controlled by the Witch Queen, if Nero is the devil is anti-magic, then the Witch Queen couldn't control Nero because of his anti-magic. And also, probably the most damning piece of evidence is that when Asta is inside of his grimoire and he meets the devil, Asta is confused, but the devil states, "I have been closer to you than anyone." Now, the devil is inside of Asta's grimoire, so how could he be that close to Asta? It is because the devil could be Nero. He's on his head, he's always with him, he's like inside of his bags. Nero is closer than the devil is. So that would make sense if the devil is really Nero. The devil, the king of the demons, and seemingly Nero, the king of the anti-bird. Nero also has devil horns, just like the devil in his grimoire. So personally, I think that the number one option is Nero is the devil, number 2 is the first Wizard King, number 3 is Licht, and I wouldn't even put Julius as an option to be the Nero. Again, I don't have a solid theory saying who is Nero. I just want to go over the different possibilities that I've heard, give you my thoughts, and that's what I think. Again, even if I think the devil is the most likely, in my opinion, I do think that Licht or the first Wizard King is still pretty possible, and it could be something that we have no idea what it is. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Who do you think is Nero? What is he doing? What is he following Asta for? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. But anyways, guys, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...